Kenya is once again in the streets. Today is June 25th, 2025, and tens of thousands have taken to Nairobi's avenues, chanting for justice.
Today being June 25th, 1 year later, let us come together as one people of our country, Kenya, and commemorate the young people who lost their lives last year while they came out to express their discontent towards the Finance Bill 2024.
But this moment is not new. It echoes the storm of protests that shook this country 1 year ago. A storm that cost lives and left scars still fresh. 1 year ago, young Kenyans rose up against another finance bill, sparked by unaffordable living costs and piled on taxes. When peaceful dissent met riot gear, at least 60 people died nationwide, 19 in Nairobi alone.
This is the mother of the 12-year-old boy, Kennedy Ochieng. Onyango Uma.
Many of those killed were students, boda riders, vendors, and ordinary voices seeking fairness. Today we walk through the streets, not just to witness protest, but to remember those who paid the ultimate price so that others might speak freely. Mid-2024 saw Kenya's youth rise in near-perfect alignment. The contest finance bill imposed high taxes on food, mobile money, and fuel, stunning a populace already drowning in high cost of living. When Kenyans headed to parliament, hoping to make their voices heard, the government responded with force. Extra security forces, tear gas, live ammunition, it echoed oppression, not engagement. Despite fierce backlash, the government eventually withdrew the bill. Yet by then, the damage was done, both in body and in spirit. Among the fallen are names that we must not forget. Rex Kanyike Masai, shot in the thigh on June 20th. He bled to death. Abdi Kadir, roughly 24 years old, succumbed to gunshot wounds weeks later. Evans Kiratu Karobia, struck by tear gas canister and later died. Eric Kayoni Shieni, a University of Nairobi student, shot as he marched towards parliament.
He was a 27-year-old student of the University of Nairobi.
Death is not in vain. Baby, Manisina, Leos.
David Chege, a JKUAT graduate who was shot near the gates of parliament. Besley Kamau, who vanished mid-protests and was later discovered dead. Ibrahim Kamau Wanjiru, just 19, shot in the neck at the same storms. Kennedy Onyango, only 12 years old, struck 8 times by live bullets in Rongai.
This boy, 12-year-old, took 8 bullets into the body of a 12-year-old boy. What would you tell the mother of that boy?
That boy is alive, right?
Shaquille Obienge, hit in the neck and dismissed as accidental. Kenneth Njiru Mwangi, Wilson Sitati, Ernest Kanye, killed by blunt force. John Ouko, Caroline Shiramba, and others whose names and faces became rallying cries. Their families, battered by grief, pressed for justice. One father said, "He died for his future, now I must fight for his justice." They gathered in candlelit vigils, painted murals and chanted names, demanding that these lives not be forgotten. Even as 2024's goons ran deep, the flame of protest was stoked anew. This time, a broader rebellion, rising living costs, police impunity, and curbs on online speech. Today's organizers, many who were minors last year, carry banners of memory. Social media is their megaphone. TikTok, X, Threads lit up with the faces of the fallen, rolling messages of solidarity. Voices like software developer Rose Njeri, arrested simply for launching a website outlining how to protest the tax law, amplified the fight for digital rights. This is free speech, she argued. A year on, has the state changed? They withdrew the finance bill, but accountability lagged. Families of the dead watched officers walk free. In early June 2025, 6 suspects, including 3 police officers, were finally charged with murder in connection to blogger Albert Ojwang's death in custody. Days later, another officers were separately charged in the near-fatal shooting of Nairobi hawker Boniface Kariuki. Human rights groups still sound alarm. Unmarked uniforms, unmarked vehicles, impunity. They warn of a policing system resistant to change. On June 25, 2025, thousands gather. Some clench fists, others cry. The march carries images of Kenya's fallen, Eric, Evans, Ibrahim, Kennedy, Beasley, and demands justice. Protesters tell me, we march so they won't have died in vain. Medics and journalists share stories of detained youth and the oppressive fear of raising a voice. Meanwhile, counter-movements, some linked to Team Sakaja, stand guard claiming to protect the city from repeat chaos. Bravery carries a cost. Rose Njeri sits in court, her speech under jeopardy. Journalists recount tear gas drills, intimidations. Names like Catherine Wanjeri, Mutua echo as those hit while reporting protests. Human rights observers from Amnesty, LSK, ODPP warn accountability is the only path to trust. Warn of a potential regression if ignored. Let us honor the fallen again. Rex, Abdi, Evans, Eric, David, Ibrahim, Kennedy, Charles, Shaquille, Kenneth, Wilson, Ernest, Joanne, and Caroline. They died so others might live without fear. Their death is our reminder. Truth matters. Justice is a duty. Freedom costs something profound. This is Kenya's moment to speak the truth to power, to remember yet move forward. We stand with the fallen. We stand for justice today. We hope for change tomorrow. We carry their voices. We demand our rights. Share their names. Share this film. Keep the conversation alive. Your voice could matter. That is our power.